Hey guys, how's it going? This is day 4 of the 90-day trading discipline experiment. As I said, I'm going to be starting out at day 4 because the first 3 days I recorded on a different computer. So I will get them back, just not right now. I will start anyway because momentum is more important than perfection. Remember that. So here we are placing our key levels for the day. As you can see, I use volume profiles as well as cumulative volume delta just to gauge how strong buyers and sellers are. The aggressive ones I use, I can go into detail in another video, but you can see what I'm doing just overnight. Volume profile, previous day volume profile. I did start a little bit later today, so market has already opened for 4 minutes. And I see here my setup is forming, one of my setups is forming, so we're bouncing off the previous day point of control. I also get a VP going for the New York session. It's coming back to my desired entry because the wicks are huge. I decided to just wait a few more minutes because I don't want to rush the process. Patience is key. So I set up my levels on Trade just to get a clear picture. And these videos are going to be completely uncut, so I'm going to do voice over them, but here I decided it's a good time to enter because we're not pushing further up. CVD is actually going down as well as peak volume, so the move up is not viable, so that just means the move down is. I just don't hesitate and enter. And I'm kind of getting the levels back here. So the levels in TradingView as well as the levels in Trade are aligned. So the yellows mean the same, the green means the same, the red means the same. The dotted ones are previous day and the full ones are current day. So one of my targets is that yellow line right there, which is the overnight value area high. I am not liking the wick, the reaction that is doing, but if you see there in peak volume at the bottom, it is going, it is still low, so I still have confidence in this trade. But as I said, one of my targets is that yellow line there, which is about 40 points. I'm not sure. I can't really see too well here. So the idea was to put it at break even as soon as we get push below those lows, New York lows. I'm pretty sure that's what I do on this next candle. Now here I'm just aligning the levels with what I have in TradingView. I see what happens in this candle and I push my stop to break even. Yep. Now it's just a waiting game. And this is basically 90% of trading, just waiting. As you see here, I'm lining up my target, see where I want it to end up. Today was a semi-good day. I did enter with a low position size of 3 micros because those wicks there, they seem small, but those are around 30 points. It was a bit above 5 to 7%, but I kind of missed the entry because it was so fast. I was comfortable with 3 micros. I like the position. I like the entry. I like the trade idea. That level there is the previous day point of control as well as the day open, which I only noticed after the day ended. So it's a really good, I guess you could say, resistance level. It's being a bit of a bitch, I'm gonna be honest here. But I think we do get a nice push here. And you can see from previous volume that we were increasing the selling pressure. So stop is still at break even. I set my risk settings here at, I think it's 400 for now, yep. and the profit trigger at 1500, which obviously didn't happen, but we end up getting stop at break even. But I still like the position because we actually, as you will see, we don't take the high. We get very close to it. So here, because I see a lot of volume, even more volume than the previous candle, and we don't quite push further up, I do start another sell position on the flip. I like entering on flips of candles when the volume makes sense. I use some indicators, but as you can see, CVD is going down and we are accumulating, so that just tells me sellers are much more aggressive than buyers. There is a bit of an absorption because we're not going down a lot, but there's also here absorption on the buy side, and we have a stronger selling side, so I still like the position. I do tweak my stop a little bit. That's around 30 points, 20 to 30 points, not sure. So it just ends up tanking here. Let me know if you want to see these videos, these live session recaps cut or just uncut as I'm doing it now. Do you want sound on the videos? Maybe my thoughts during it? I'm afraid that will put a little bit of more pressure on it, you know. But yeah, I could do whatever you want me to do. This is just less pressure for me and probably not as enjoyable for you. Just please let me know. I want this to be uncut so you see the whole process and my thoughts during it. You can see my thoughts through the screen. So I really want to put this to break even, but I'm still waiting on, I guess I did put it, but the best thing to do here was to wait until we took out the lows, which it seems we are going to take them. It seems, I know that will happen, but I should have waited. I was getting kind of impatient. There were no news at this time, so it just kind of fell with no other reasons. I was expecting a bounce from here because it is a value area high of the overnight session. There was an accumulation at this level, so that's why I'm trailing so hard here. In hindsight, as you will see, oh, by the way, that blue line, that thin blue line is the wow, I don't remember, holy shit. I end up getting stopped here and immediately enter because that was a classic wigged out. I don't know. In hindsight, I should have held my stop up there, but I guess I was kind of looking way too hard at my profit and loss. I end up putting at break even really close to the price, and as soon as it hits that dotted yellow line, which is the previous day 50%, I take my stop there and done. Day's over. I make sure to spam the exit all, cancel all. So yeah, this was day 4. We ended up profiting a bit. Again, as you can see, and I'm I'm rethinking all my life choices. I should have held this position a little bit longer. First of all, I wouldn't have been stopped up there. I should have held my stop above that huge red candle. I know it's a bit riskier, which is because it's a lot of points, but structurally it made sense. I don't go back to TradingView, but it would be interesting to see that New York's volume profile would have been, I want to say, around where I have the mouse now, right now actually. The value area low would be around there, so a good stop would be above that fair value, above that value area low. but I guess I didn't do that, so I get wicked out here. Top tick, perfect ticked out. To be fair, I did have my stop a little bit lower, just didn't get filled, so we got filled up there. So it's not a true top tick, but still annoying. But yeah, in hindsight, should have stopped a little bit above, and that was day 4. Thank you so much for watching.